What's good? I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And this is DeCypher. And today we're breaking down More Black Superheroes by Westside Boogie. DJ, how you feeling today?
I feel great, man. This is gonna be a restart.
Yeah.
Something interesting. This kind of like a build up to our original series or like our first episode.
Yeah.
The This Is list.
Yeah.
I think I look at this as like a little breakdown leading up to, that when we break down the albums of the year. So we trying to give y'all little increments leading up to it so it could be an actual meaningful and impactful episode. So,
sure. And for the people who don't know, we'll do a little bit of introduction.
Yeah.
We originally started as Off the Record podcast, Off the Record before DJ Academics. And This Is His list is what he's talking about is we did a yearly album of the year breakdown. And in that time, we started a review series called DeCypher, where we broke down albums. So that is what this is. And going forward, we will do this with the albums that we like.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, we'll do an album of the year breakdown where we'll do 10 to 1.
Hence, This Is list. So,
is there anything you want to say in reference to the album before we get started?
We had the first one. This album, out of the ones that we had on the list to review, this is probably my favorite one.
Okay.
Out of the three. And you know me, I like to, when I like something, I get hyped.
Yeah.
I get amped on it. So for this, as far as like my overall score, I gave it the lowest I felt so I should give it instead of what I want to give it.
Oh, so you actually got like a rating today?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I'm behind the 8-ball.
Yeah, I got a rating today because like I said, I feel so I'll be jumping out the gun with the ratings off top, and then when I listen to albums later, it don't really marinate as well over time.
Okay.
So I just want to put it here. Then if I feel better about it by the time we do the big one, I can give it the rate I really want to give it.
Okay. So. Being a fan of Boogie's music for a few years now, back to the Thirst 48 series, I do feel like this is his most complete body of work.
Okay.
Everything's I don't know. That might be something we got to talk about at a later date. But Everything for Sale was really good too. I feel like kind of like how we were talking
this is
it's
a
like
sequel.
it's a good follow up.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like bookended a lot of the ideas that he introduced and Everything's for Sale, and he let us in a little bit more than he did in the first album. He let us in, but like now we like really like sitting down with him to the point where his tagline for the tour is "Let's Heal Together."
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
so yeah, man, my nigga got a lot of trauma that he is like bearing with us during his listening journey.
And I definitely want to touch on that when we get to it.
Oh yeah, I got a list of like stuff that he was going through, but like before we get into some of the social commentary about the project, what are some of your favorite songs?
Shit all on. Ain't no skip.
If you got to pick 3 or 4 though.
Shit, ain't no skips enough for me, for real. But if I had to pick though, I'd probably say my favorite song is Windows Down with Snoop. I just think that's a real fire song. And I really appreciate Snoop verse on the song because Snoop verse is like in my adult life. I don't really I don't really rock with Snoop like that. But Snoop on this one, like he was fire, bro.
Cause I was like, a lot of times, like especially artists who are like on the older side, no disrespect, like they have like a harder time like crossing over and like just fitting with younger artists because they be so stuck on what worked for them when they was hot that they don't pick up even a little bit of stuff to make it crossover.
You know what's so crazy about that? Because Snoop changed his style so much.
Yeah. He's
done so many different genres of music. Yeah. You would think they would be easier for him to, but that shit don't be clicking, bro. I mean, but on this song, on this album, that shit was fire.
Let's not bash the OG. Hey, we saying that to say we love this verse on this album, Snoop.
Yeah. Appreciate Shout out to Snoop, man.
From
Snoop
like start to
Snoop
finish.
Dogg,
from start to finish. Because I think he had, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah. But I would probably say Windows Down, Anthony, the last song on the album, is really good. And I'll probably say Stuck is probably my other favorite one.
Okay. I got Alright, Nonchalant, Stuck, and Prideful too.
Okay. I like Prideful too.
So Do you want to go from top to bottom, or do you want to like go from our favorite songs and then just branch out through the rest and then like just pick through like the tones of the songs as we go through?
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Let's see. Let's start with LOL SMH.
My nigga, he loved doing that. Like he really getting his bag with he's like a very good emotional, well, a relationship based storyteller.
Yeah.
I really like when he get into that because he don't tell it from a place of bravado all of the time. Mm-hmm. Like he really speaks on his vulnerabilities. Like he like if Drake and Wale like came together and had a gangster baby and just left that nigga to his own devices in the middle of Compton. On a blood street.
What I like about it is, in those exact situations that you're talking about, he allows himself to be shown, like, in a sense, the villain. A lot of them situations, like, he be looking fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he don't be looking good, painting.
Fucked up.
Nah, bro. Like, he let himself be vulnerable to the sense that, like, yeah, like, I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
And the one biggest quote I took from that song, it was actually towards the girl, whoever the girl is that's talking. She was like, I mean, it was funny, but it kind of really struck a chord with me. She was like, ain't no way you still a bitch ass nigga and you be in therapy. Yeah. Bro, like, that shit was so funny, but at the same time, it kind of like, it put a light on mental health in a sense that people automatically assume that if you go into therapy,
you automatically fine.
Yeah, you automatically fine, you automatically fix. No, nigga. I'm going to therapy because I'm fucked up and I'm working through my shit in therapy.
She lucky because he could have been like how Kendrick was. Real nigga don't need no therapy. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about? Real nigga don't need no therapy.
And that's just a mind frame, especially like in the black community, that I feel so we need to really just get away from.
Yeah.
In that judgmental tone that she would have in that situation. I think we kind of really need to step back and understand that therapy is therapy, and that's what it's for you to get through your bullshit and find a way out of it. So when she said that, it was funny, but it was just like, I don't know, I just, granted, I've never been to therapy, but it just kind of struck me in a different way.
Yeah, I have. It is a very constructive thing to like have somebody to like help you like talk through. Yeah, because a big part of it, in my experience, was like the introduction of stuff. It's like once you put it on the table, at the very least, you become aware of it. And I think that's a part of the journey he's on right now. Yeah. So it's like, that's one step of the evolution that you go through once you start going to therapy. It's like, like unearthing all of the stuff, like letting the light shine on it. Then you take steps. Like you said, like when you start, going to therapy and how people view it is like, okay, so it could possibly be something wrong with me too. Yeah. So I'm going to just reject that notion of anybody needing therapy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because if you need it, I probably need it too, because we're going through the same type of shit. Yeah. And you don't want black folks don't want to be called crazy.
And you don't want to face your shit.
Yeah. But the only way that you grow is facing your shit. And like a lot of the artists recently have been like, not like on the mental health thing, but it's like a lot of self-reflection and like trying to wash away some of them things. Like, cause life is too hard, like to go through what you're going through and try to survive. So it's like, let's wash away some of this old shit, cause new shit coming too.
And another good thing about it is, even if like the person that you're going through as far as like therapy is concerned, even if they have in their mind a biased view, the shit that you're talking about, they won't let it show, or they won't let you know their bias. Like, so basically you're going to someone that basically they'll be looking at you with a clean slate type shit. You won't be judged for the shit that you're going through type shit. So you can really get your shit out versus talking to someone that's close to you, that you've known for your whole life, or the person that's in this situation that's going to take what you saying
offensively, for a place to strike back.
Right. Yeah. So it's always good to have that neutral person that you can talk to. I mean, if you find it in therapy, that's great. Or if you find it outside of therapy, that's great. But
nigga Boogie said, I'm gonna find it any way I can, so I'm gonna go to therapy and get it out, and I'm gonna throw all of this shit into my music.
And get paid for it.
So yeah, I'm gonna sell my trauma, my nigga. So some of the themes that I got from this project, and we'll start getting into some songs. Yeah. was like his insecurities, how he, especially in reference to women, how he was saying like, hey, if we go to the hood and we go around my homies, like, please let this be your first time. Like, don't let me find out that you fucking on the homies. Like, don't be that for me. And he was saying at one time, he was like, hey, like, I need you to make me feel good about myself. So like, you can lie to me too. Like,
gas me up a little bit.
Just tell me you need me too. Like let's both lie to each other and be happy in the lie. Like, let's accept that. Damn, what song is that? No, it's not nonchalant. It's like, what you getting into? What song is that? I can't remember off the top of my head. But it'll come to me as we go on through.
That's nonchalant. Yeah.
No, nonchalant is you call me up, you hit me with a nonchalant thing.
Oh no, you're right.
Like, yeah,
that's
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So let's start off at the beginning, like how he just like introducing us into this world with killer mode.
Killer mode, yeah.
And he's on attack, he's on defense mode. So he's, by default attacking like the whole concept of what's going on. Cause it's like, how do you think you too big for Bumpton and all this shit? So he's like trying to like go against all of the misconceptions that he feel, that he dealing with while dealing with other people.
Like you elevating, but you moving on doing this and that, and you ain't here with us type shit. Like,
and
bro, I can't elevate sitting here with y'all ass.
Yeah, and that's and also another thing that I got from it was like survivor's remorse, survivor's guilt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he's out, so it's like, but he feel this pull, to keep him, there, or he feel like he got to continue to go back to feel validated because that's the only life that he know for real.
And that leads me to one of the another quotes I had. Was that that was on the Ratchet, Ratchet book interlude when they was like we was like, ain't nobody bigger than the program. Yeah. Ain't nobody bigger than the game. Yeah. That's what I got. Yeah, like that's what I got from that. Like, it no matter how big you get, no matter how much you elevate, nigga, you still one of us. Yeah. So if we going through some shit, you going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get away from this.
And that's like a traumatic thing within itself, because it's like you start getting exposed to new things, stuff that can actually be beneficial to them if they were exposed to it, but
or had the right mindset to accept it.
Exactly, but they only want you to be where they at because it's what they most comfortable with. So the further you get, the more uncomfortable they get with you because they don't know how to communicate with you the same way that they used to.
And then side note, that's another reason why with a lot of these rappers, when they dealing with shit, if they do pass, 9 out of 10, it's in their own hometown. Yeah. Type shit. Because they can't get away from it, especially if they actually truly do come from their lifestyle. Yeah. They can't get away from the shit. Yeah. Free Sue Surf, by the way.
Yeah. Free to way.
But yeah, so it just
if he's innocent, of course.
Bro, that nigga racketeering, bro. God damn. Anyway, side. But yeah, that's just the thing, like, it's coming from just as a black person, coming from impoverished neighborhoods and things like that. You be exposed to different type of things, and it's clear that he's been through something, especially if he's allegedly gang affiliated. I don't want to say he is.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, so I can understand why he just like at a crossroads still. Yeah. Because even though you on Aftermath, you deal with Dr. Dre, you deal with Eminem, he's on Shady, right?
Yeah. Still gotta go home.
Yeah, you still gotta go home. So like I get it. So I get it for sure.
And that takes you into the next song, Stuck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like, that's what that whole song is about.
Yeah, he's looking for somebody to be there for him as he's going through all of this stuff. And it's like, you don't have to be my savior. Yeah. But I do need something from somebody. Like, I need you to provide me with some sort of comfort when I'm going through all of these new uncomfortable situations. You know what I mean? Like, even if we out at a party, like, don't let me get too fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, don't let me get caught lacking, bro. Don't let me be on, don't leave me on Stuck. You know what I mean? Like, so, let's go into one of the songs that we like the the most? I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm probably say I'm gonna go to Anthony.
Okay.
The last song where he really, really try to address, like, I probably think the biggest issue that he has, and one of the quotes I'm gonna pull from that. She's so funny, but she's so disrespectful at the same time, bro. She's like, daddy issues ain't in style no more. You still ain't shit.
Yeah, because she's continually because I think she's like, she could be like the personification of an inner voice, trying to get him to be more accountable for his actions.
Yeah.
But like through the course of therapy, you have to find the root for a lot of shit.
Right.
Like you said, like from the outside looking in, you ain't trying to hear that shit.
Right.
She's like, nah, my nigga.
That is like this.
That shit ain't in style no more,
like,
nigga.
wow,
but it's like,
bro.
this shit really caused issues for real. Like,
yeah, exactly.
if I saw my daddy doing whatever he did, that could be,
or
a window inside how I treat women or how I deal with women. But
so, yeah, that song in particular, I think it was interesting how he ended the album with that song versus the last album. What was on the last album? I forgot the last song, but I think now when he ended this album with that song, I think that's the next journey he's going to take on his next album. Because on this one, another thing I got from as far as more black superheroes, I think he kind of broke it up to like multiple personas because he's trying to be the Westside hood nigga, but he's also trying to be a stand-up guy and to be a good father. That's why he got the kids on the album cover. But he's also trying to actually just be a legit man.
Yeah.
And in order to become a great black man, you got to deal with your trauma. And I think he'll start from his daddy issues. So I think him ending this album with that, I think that's going to be the crux or just like the main focus of the next album. Because he started off with all his relationship issues, which is most prevalent. That's what he's mostly dealing with. As far as stuff with his baby mama and girls and things like that. Then he got songs like
I pick up while you going through that, but like the next phase of it is kind of him dealing with where he's from, and trying, being caught between trying to elevate and become the person that he wants to be, as opposed to the person that he was kind of molded into by the environment. So he's trying to change his environment, which in turn like allows him to change who he is on a day-to-day basis. But the people in place that he came from, how he was is like a prerequisite to survive there.
But even if you go about changing your surroundings and understanding where you came from, that's not initially where your problems stem from as far as you internally.
Yeah.
So that's why, like you said, he addressed a lot of that first, but then now we can really get into the real shit, which is the last song. And then I think that's going to carry over. That's what he's going to really try to accept. Because in order to you become, as a father now, the journey that, me and you are on right now, I mean, if you don't really have that guidance in order to use as a blueprint in your own journey, how do you even know, where to start? And if he got all these kids and he's still fucking up out here, you got to know, like, where do you going to pull your, in a sense, inspiration from to be better? And if you don't have that, then what are you going to do? So you got to understand that your issues with your father is not you as a person. It's just a part of you. But it's not who you are. Like, you can still be your own man, even with your problems that you had with your father.
Shit. All right. I had to fall off until I got it right.
Yeah.
But like just going into the songs, let's now just get to chopping it down song by song. Because we did get through a lot of
like basically what the album
concepts.
is about.
Okay, I got to talk about this before we get into the album.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about Soulja Boy's verse?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I wish it wasn't there. I wish it wasn't.
It's like one of them weird things.
I just don't like Soulja Boy. Even if his verse was fire, I just don't care.
I give you an example from my perspective. It kind of put me, not the same quality, but how jarring it is. Kodak Black on the song on Kendrick Lamar album, only because of how it throws off, like how he comes in with a whole nother rhythm. I'm not even discussing the the quality of the verse, but just the whole different rhythm and different perspective that it come from.
So you think Soulja Boy added that to this song?
I'm just saying he completely changed the song.
Yeah, he changed it, but it wasn't good.
I didn't say it was for the better of that. I don't know, man. Like Soulja Boy, like that cousin that come around every now and then. You know he gonna do something stupid when he show up.
Yeah,
like in 2022, in his car, if you open the door, it's a Four Loko in there, and you know his tag is expired. You know what I mean? Like that's what it felt like on this, because it's like,
and his license suspended.
I can't even lie. Like Boogie is going through, like, addressing how he see a lot of people that's around him. You know what I'm saying? I know you fake, I know you fraud, I can't even lie, and all this other shit. And then Soulja Boy just come in and he ain't talking about none of that.
That's
shit.
it. Draco.
Like, he ain't talking about none of that shit. But like, if you into, but if you listening to it from the perspective of the rhythm,
yeah, you
gonna get through that verse and you gonna be like, I like that. Because like that cousin, like he's going to give you an what they call it, an injection of energy, you know.
I literally get through that verse off the strength of Boogie.
It's because you listening to it. You're not feeling it though. Yeah. You gotta feel it. Got me by my government.
Bruh. But
it's just some nut ass shit that, like, because Boogie is also showing you, like, bro, like, this is where I'm from. Like, these the type of niggas I be around for real.
Okay. Okay.
So it's like I ain't all the way gone from there.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be a better person. Yeah. But like, I'm still I'm still
okay.
You feel me? Like,
yeah. Okay. Well, when I look at it like that, okay, it makes sense. I still don't like his verse, but that makes sense.
Yeah, because the level of discernment that Boogie is exercising in the chorus is street sense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm picking you apart by just reading the energy that you giving me. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you a bitch and I can't even. You feel me? Like, so, and then Soulja Boy just like, hey, I'm the nigga behind him that will really shoot you.
Yeah.
Like, I want to shoot you. Like, please, Boogie, please. He like, nah, bro, we trying to grow. We trying to be different. We trying to get this money. Nah, I still shoot this nigga. I'm gonna catch this nigga in the bathroom while you performing. I'm gonna shoot this nigga, cuz.
But yeah, I mean, I really get through his verse just off the strength of the song and Boogie itself. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I still listen to the verse, but like, that ain't the part that I enjoy. So I just let it ride. So but yeah, I do like that song though. I do.
Let's go to Prideful 2.
Okay.
This song for me is just like, it's like Marvin's Room for him.
Okay. Like
how he was coming from the perspective, like, damn, like he kind of like battling with the concept that I gotta let go of thinking that I put you on, like that I put you in this position, like that you wouldn't be where you at without me. Like, you good, like that's just my insecurities talking. Like, I'm so prideful that, like, the only way that I can feel good about the position that we in is, or the position that you're in, and just be okay with me not having you the way I would want you, is just being like, well, shit, she wouldn't be there without me.
Yeah.
But I just love, like, I just love that nigga wordplay, like how he put stuff together, bro. Like I told you earlier, like I don't really think it's nobody in his era that's doing it like that from the wordplay aspect. Mm-hmm. It may be people that, like, on a random verse can, like, rap better than him, but like writing it down and like how he uses, like how he creates metaphors, like out of just simple stuff.
Yeah. Like
basically bar for real. I don't think it's nobody doing that.
Like, he's a good artist in the sense that he can make content that can stream throughout an entire album versus he burning out on one song. Yeah. And the rest of the songs, it ain't no substance. It just ain't shit. It's just you rapping. Like, no, he literally string together concepts that you can go back to the first song and connect to the fifth song. Yeah. On the album, like that kind of shit. So I think it's more so he's good at telling a story, like a cohesive story, in the sense that you get all the checkpoints before you get to the punch. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like you caught every reference, he built up. Yeah, okay, this is what I really want you to understand. This is what I want you to hear. Now, granted, it may not have came in that same song, but if you really vibing and understanding what I'm saying, you would have caught that. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, to be like that type of shit. So I think that's what his strength is as of right now, based off the 2 albums that I've heard from him. Because both of those albums, Everything's for Sale and this one, they do sound similar, but I do think this one is just a little bit better because a lot of those songs on Everything for Sale, they was kind of short.
Yeah.
And these right here,
he had a few interludes.
Yeah, but this one right here, even with the interludes, they still felt like more like fuller songs.
Yeah, and I feel like to piggyback off what you're saying, I feel like some of the songs that were like those shorter ones, I wish he would have like fleshed those out and made full songs.
Yeah,
and on this,
he could have put 2 of them songs together to make one.
Yeah,
like that kind of shit.
I think it was one of them songs he had with Black. I can't even remember what the
Skydive.
Yeah, Skydive 2, I think. It was like, damn, I just wish you would have made this a full song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But on to this one. It was another song that I wanted to talk about. Let me pull it up. Okay, we're going to Tide. I ain't really. It's just a turn up song that just like changes the pace.
It's a bop,
and that's another reason why I feel like this album is so good. I feel like the pacing is really good. It ain't no dry spots on this album.
Facts.
And this is a good song, like, because it's damn near in the middle of the album where it just break it up, so it ain't too much of the emotional shit like through the whole album.
Yeah, it's 8 out of 12. So yeah,
it's just like I'm going through this shit, but like I'm still boogie. Like I may be trying to like correct my emotional shit with my relationships, but like in that, like I'm still getting girls. Like I just it's what I do. And then it's like he also is like a shit to sugar, make lemonade out of lemons type thing.
Okay,
he just like, hey bro, like shit, I know like took L's and bounced back. Like this last L I took, it was light. Like it's just like, hey man, he just changing the mindset. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? While still doing some of that shit that's like, what a loss is coming from.
I think, Shelly, formerly known as Drum,
yeah.
I think he can really rap, honestly. And I was hoping, like, when I saw his feature, like, when I looked at it, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I want to hear what he got to say because I haven't really heard, like, a lot of his music hasn't really been, like, in the spotlight since the whole Drake cha-cha shit. So I like the fact that he's still, like, getting reached out to, like, for songs. And I thought he could actually have a verse, but he's more so just the chorus. I mean, which was fine, but...
Am I tripping or did that nigga sound like Too Short?
No, I didn't really get that.
You didn't get it too... These niggas ain't nothing. Like, he kind of sounded like Too Short a little to me. I might be tripping, though.
I mean, I'm not saying you wrong,
but when I
just didn't get it.
It might be, like, not like blow the whistle Too Short, but it sounded like he, like, really embodied the West Coast on that. He sounded like a nigga...
Ain't he from the West Coast?
This up to be determined.
Yeah. If he from the West Coast, then that would make sense.
Okay. So yeah, we
but I did like him on the chorus though.
Okay.
I did like that.
And another song that I want to get into.
You said Something Strange. So
I really like that. I really like that song.
But you said you didn't like it as much because he didn't have a verse.
I wish he would have had a verse. So that's one of the songs kind of like on the previous album where I wish it would have had just a little bit more like. But it's still good with what it was because I really like what he contributed. Like it's like he did a chorus and a bridge. Yeah. So it's like he still contributed a good amount. Like the song is his. Like Kalon, for real. I think it's for real. FR. He contributed what like from the rap verse because it's like look when I originally listened to it, I didn't even notice that he didn't have a verse. So it wasn't off putting to the point where I was like. Damn, like he just wasted a song where he didn't
like his impact is still there. Like you said, you didn't even realize that he really didn't have a verse because he's all over the song.
Yeah, he was on his Isaiah Rashad from what's the last album? I can't remember the name of it. But what he would
House is Burning?
Yeah, House is Burning. What he would do, he would give you everything but a verse. And let the feature artist like kind of drive the song from the rap's perspective.
Or be point and set everybody else up.
Yeah. And I did like that he was able to do that because I feel like in this album where we say like Everything's for Sale was good, I feel like he introduced more of his musical side into it. Like he's singing more like on at the end of Killer Mode, like he got like a male and female duet where they like going back and forth. Like so he introduced he was able to make it a more emotional, immersive album. So it's like you hear what he talking about, and then you got somebody singing, you know, just basically doing what the whole song did in like, I don't know if singers count in bars, but like basically four bars between them, like where they just getting all of that emotion, embodying it in like 5 or 6 words. It's just a tone. Yeah. So I feel like he did a really good job at capturing like the vocal tones like throughout it, you know, and introducing singers and stuff at the right time. Yeah. Cause Something Strange, when he got to singing on, that's like, oh, okay, I like that. Now, my boy sounded like a robot a little bit on Windows Down, but I still fuck with it.
That's shit fire, bro. I think that's my favorite song, bro.
Okay, let's talk about it. I'm gonna do a little small part and I'll let you go. I feel like Windows Down was like a metaphor for the trip that you go on when you do drugs.
I don't
intertwined with his trauma, like the Windows Down, like him getting high, you know. Well, they were actually getting high, but like it was like a song about escapism for me. So it's like he get high to get away from his problems, and then at the end, you know, he was talking about crashing, where in the car is actual you can crash, but it was more so like his high getting blown down, like the anxiety coming back that he escaped when he was going up with Snoop, and I think that's why Snoop was on the song too.
That makes sense. I didn't really get that when I was listening to the album, but now
I ain't had shit to do when I played it that time.
Yeah, in retrospect, like when you say it like that and I think about it, that makes sense.
Yeah,
like I just like that shit. It was just like a
vibe.
It was just a vibe, just a fire song.
Because Snoop really didn't like he didn't introduce nothing. He was just like, hey, I'm coming with it for the smooth, elegant weed rap, and I'm getting up out of here.
Yeah,
and Boogie did all of that, and I didn't really peep it until the crash segment of it. I was like, oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what makes the song like? What makes you like the song more than anything else on the project?
It's just the one that I went back to.
Okay.
The most. Just being honest, I just like the vibe of it,
and that's how I feel about I don't know why.
Yeah,
I just like that shit.
Yeah,
it made me want to dance. Cause it made me want to like just go learn like some West Coast dance moves and just like set the whole kitchen out and just go crazy. Like
it was just one of those ones that you like, you know, when you listen to an album, you just hear that song like you immediately like right off the bat.
Yeah,
it was just
that's how I felt about it. And I also felt like it embodied where he was from. Like if you listen to a rapper from Detroit, you know they're gonna have one of them songs on their project where it just sound like it's just straight like the song that T Grizzly made when he first got out of jail.
Okay,
you know they're gonna have a song that sound like that. Yeah. Like it's gonna be the signature Detroit flow, the signature Detroit beat. Like that shit just sound like some West Coast.
Like no chorus, no hook, just straight. Yeah,
and then you get this where it's got like the fire ass bass line. It's got the nigga who sound like he from the Bay, who might be from the Bay, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
and then you got this West Coast nigga giving his West Coast style on this. Just, you know, it just sounds so West Coast and fun. And like it just perfectly placed. I like everything about this shit.
Yeah. So especially out of the albums I've listened to this year, now granted I still got a lot of albums to go through.
I ain't gonna make it.
But out of the stuff I've heard, this is definitely the album that I've liked the most so far. So as far as like my overall rating for it, I couldn't give it anything less than an 8.5.
Since I didn't get around to doing that, I'm gonna just give it an 8 pending further review.
Yeah. 8.5. That's
so once we get to the end of the year, I have rankings all the way like situated. But as for right now, I won't even give it a number. I'm gonna just give it a letter. It's like a B with room for a B plus A minus. That's why I say.
Okay. And a B plus
just
is cool.
Just because I haven't, you know, given it an actual rating yet. But it is really good. I do think from what I heard, like you said, we got a lot to listen to.
Yeah.
It is one, in my opinion, one of the standout projects of the year so far.
I agree.
Is there anything that you want to leave out on as far as your closing thoughts, or is it another song that you wanted to talk about?
Not really. I think we kind of touched on like really the overall themes.
Yeah.
And like I got a lot of the quotes that I really wanted to talk about. So, in order not to make it too long. I mean, I could definitely talk more about it, but
Hey,
I think I would save that for the
album review for the
because I think I'm gonna need that in order to justify.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
put
I
it
got you. And then
on
we'll
my
have
list.
more listeners, and we'll be able to really like, you know, chop it up and
Like to see if I really still feel the way I feel now about it later.
Okay.
So
I got you.
So, but as of right now, yes, y'all go stream the album. It's a very good album, very good listen. So,
oh yeah, but I think all of the artists who are like getting into like those performance platforms are like just in showing a whole nother side of who they are as an artist. Yeah. Like that whole area is who's jumping into it. And I do appreciate that. I wouldn't run away from Tiny Dish from him.
He don't have one already? On top Boogie. Okay.
I would love to hear that. But until then, you know, we'll just continue to listen to the album. So like my boy DJ said, go stream More Black Superheroes by Westside Boogie, not A Boogie, not all them other boogies. And like we said at the beginning, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. We'll have it placed in here somewhere. Like, share, and comment, because that's how we're going to grow and it put us in the algorithm. So we appreciate y'all listening. We out.